Welcome back to Eyes and Oath. My name is Lisa Ojobi, and today I'm going to share one of the ways in which I write my poetry and why I love this process. So I'm going to share a poem written off the back of a prompt called The Triggering Town, and this prompt is by Richard Hugo, who was writing in the 70s, and it basically encourages you to lead your writing with the unknown. So I'll share my poem first and then I'll get into why I love this prompt. It's called This City. Dullish info boards hover over this city with its own timetable. Still, it's unable to find the rhythm it needs to keep commuters going. The pavement near the station receives its cacophony of clogs from stressed women, some of whom are, at this point in time, no more certain about their contribution to the corporate ecosystem than they are about the 31% chance their frozen eggs will fertilize. What can be seen is not the same as what is known within the soul, for winds of uncertainty rattle through, taking its toll on commuters in quiet ambush. There are some teenagers nearby who already feel the agedness of life and want to feel as cocooned forever as they are right now, huddled over each other's phones. For them, right now, this is the only form of intimacy or protection they will ever know. They will realize in 30 years that their parents did love them, that they tried their best. But for now, it's their friends who forage unknown aspects of their curious minds through exchanging drill and porn. To the left, two young men debate in a Hispanic language the quickest route to their destination. Inside the waiting room, unwelcome pigeons pick at leftover crumbs and other shameless litter, a halved ice bun, the wrapper of a condom. And overnight, this city peeled back its true colours with the disappearance of the mayor. No one's seen him, but we've all felt his aftermath. The hollow command of a present and assured fugitive. So, why do I like this prompt? Richard Hugo has a very interesting way in encouraging the writer to write. And what he's basically encouraging everyone to do is to lead with the unknown. So he says, the words should not serve the subject should serve the words. In other words, write in a way which doesn't make sense first, and then the sense will follow. And the reason why this is one of my favorite ways to write my poems is because it disciplines me to not assume that I know what the outcome is going to be for my poems. And I need that especially as a Christian. The subject of truth is very precious to me, and the context that I'm a part of, truth is held in the highest regard. And I do believe in ultimate truth. I believe that is found in Jesus Christ. But I guess something that I'm aware of is, with that worldview, it can sometimes create an assumption that you already know in whatever situation you are in what the outcome should be. And that's not to say that in me doing this way of writing that I completely throw the idea of truth out of my head, but it helps me to stay humble, because Louis MacNeice, he has a poem called Snow, and in there it says, world is richer and more surprising than we could ever know, or something like that. And it just, this way of writing helps me to keep grounded with that. So yeah, I'll also read out a quote from the book because it's really interesting. So Richard Hugo says in The Triggering Town, often, if the triggering subject is big rather than localized and finite, the mind tends to shrink. Sir Alexander Fleming observed some mould and then a few years later we had a cure for gonorrhea. But what if the British government had told him to find a cure for gonorrhea? He might have worried so much he wouldn't have noticed the mold. And that's a really helpful way of me thinking about how I write poetry. If I localize my poetry to a specific town, with specific rules, and that's part of the prompt, you know. Richard Hugo says, look, choose a specific place. You don't have to have been there before, and write certain rules or certain things that have happened and immerse yourself in that place. Take possession of it. Then lead with the unknown, and then the form will follow. So that's all I have for today, but I hope that was interesting and look forward to chatting with you soon.